This video is brought to you by Jab.se, the lead supplier of MMA gear in Scandinavia. BetSafe.com, Europe's only online betting site for MMA.
Sebastian Vendel-Martinez with MMAnytt and StudioMMA, and we're here with Gunnar Nelson, who defeated Jorge Santiago. And I gotta say, a victory over such a seasoned veteran must feel pretty good right now, right?
Yeah, it was a good win for me, and it was a tough fight too. A lot of things to take from this, and I'm definitely excited to go back in the gym, you know.
What are some of the things that you would like to take from this?
Well, there's a bunch of things on the feed, you know, a bunch of ways that I could have countered better and be a bit more balanced in some of the exchanges, so yeah.
Now, as I said, he's a very seasoned veteran. Where do you think a win over him places you in the division right now?
I think you'd have to ask the UFC, Dana White or somebody for that. I wouldn't really know. I'll welcome my next fight, you know.
Now, I have to say, the uppercuts that you threw with him, they were fast, effective. Is something that you worked on specifically?
Yeah, I always work on every punch, you know, and these uppercuts were landing there. He opened up a few times with his elbows, you know. He kind of covered his ears, and it was hard to get straight shots on him, but I could land a couple uppercuts.
I have to say, before, during, and after fights, you always seem just as calm. Do you do anything special for being mentally prepared, or do you just prefer to fight without any emotions?
Yeah, I guess I do have emotions, and I believe like I've always been pretty emotional as a kid, and this is maybe just the way I come across, and maybe I don't show them too much in these situations. And I do believe when I'm in the ring, I don't really feel too much emotions. It's more just focusing on what you're doing and reacting. So this situation here, you know, in the UFC, maybe it's hard to draw out my emotions.
Now, he hit you with some pretty hard shots towards the end of the last round. How hurt were you by those?
I didn't feel too much. I think maybe I was moving with him, but they didn't rock me anyway. I think the hardest shot he gave me was actually from the bottom, when he was on the bottom. There was one shot there that kind of hurt, and I think that's maybe because I didn't see it coming, or he just was able to put a lot of power in it.
Now, he's obviously a very experienced Brazilian jiu-jitsu fighter. What did you think of his ground game when you had him on you were on top of him?
He was very. He didn't do many mistakes. You know, he's obviously a very experienced ground fighter, and it was hard to get. It was hard to get too much on him. You know, so yeah, he did very well on the ground.
Now that you've got your second straight UFC victory, just 24 years old, you have all the time of the world ahead of you. Is there any particular opponent who you'd be interested in at all?
I don't mind, and I don't want to call anyone out. I'll welcome fighting anyone.
Will you be visiting UFC Stockholm, April 6th?
I think I'll be there. Yeah, one of my good friends, Conor McGregor, is going to be on that card, I do believe, and I think I'll be there watching him and supporting him.
All right, well, we look forward to seeing you. Gunnar Nelson here at UFC London 2013 and hopefully at UFC Stockholm 2013. Thank you very much. Congratulations on the win.
Programmet presenteras av betsafe.com.